You know them, and I know them. Are you ready? Are you ready? All right, here we go.
No.
This ain't a song for the broken hearted. Silent prayer for faith departed. I ain't gonna be just a face in the crowd. You're gonna hear my voice when I shout it out loud. It's my life, it's now or never. I ain't gonna let it go forever. I just wanna live You ready? Let's go. What's up, everybody? Yeah. Let's go! Let's go! Yeah! 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 Let's go! Yeah! Let's go! Let's go! What's up, everybody? I am the Philly sports guy. Most of you guys know me, but for the ones who don't know who I am that crazy sports fan. I am passionate about everything, about Philly. I love our sports teams. I love our fans. I love our cheesesteaks. I love Delco. Let's go! So let me tell you a little bit about me. One of the things that I get to do by being the Philly sports guy, I've been to 30 playoff games in the last 2 years. I've been to 3 conference championships. I've been to the World Series. I've been to the Super Bowl. I didn't get to go to a parade. But I did get to hold that trophy. That's right. But I haven't always been the Philly sports guy. When I was your age, and right after I got out of high school, I went into the Navy. And I spent 3 years doing Desert Storm. Once I got out of that, I've done a lot of different things. I traveled around the country installing computer systems for Kmart. I've worked in a lot of restaurants, being a busboy, a bartender, a restaurant manager. I also owned a chimney sweep company. So yes, I was a chimney sweep. That's me stuck in a chimney. I also tried to become a professional arm wrestler. I wasn't very good. Those arm wrestlers are really good. If you want to be a professional, it's hard to do. I used to tell people all the time, I didn't know what I want to be when I grow up. But I do now. And that's what I'm here to talk to you guys about today. That's what I'm all about today. I'm here to talk to you guys about living your passions. Because that's what it's all about. Living your passion. Excuse me. Let me get some water over here. Next slide, please. What do you think really drives people? What really motivates them? Do you think somebody is going to go out there and put themselves out there, live outside their comfort zone if they don't care about what's going on? Of course not. No. It's hard work to live your dream. It's blood, sweat, tears. You have to change to be able to fit what your dream is, because you only know a little bit about what it is you want to do. You got to change with what happens. And it's not the easiest thing in the world. It's about living your passions and making sure that you can do that on a daily basis. And that's what I'm here for you guys today. That is what I am here to do, to challenge you guys about living your passions. But let's go backwards a little bit. Let me tell you about some of the things about being the Philly sports guy. But we'll talk about being passionate. Obviously, my passion is going to sporting events and going and doing different things all the time. But what does passion really mean? Let's figure that out. Let's figure out, let's see what the dictionary says. Let's go with Oxford Dictionary. A strong liking or desire for or devotion to an activity, object, or concept. You know what? I don't understand. Hey, the English are always messing things up. Let's see what Webster says. That's American. Let's see what that says. A strong feeling or enthusiasm or excitement either for something specific or about doing something. That is something that I feel. So me personally, I am passionate about going to sporting events. I am passionate about cheering on my teams. I'm also passionate about sharing those moments with you guys through my social media. Excuse me. And, it's through that social media that most of you guys know me. And I get tons of questions through social media. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about some of those questions right now. Oh, the questions I do get. So let's start with the first one. What is it like being this Philly sports guy? Well, for me, I get to go to a lot of sporting events. I go to about 200 sporting events a year. I get to take a lot of pictures with people. I take anywhere from 25 to 50,000 pictures a month. That's a lot of pictures. But also, I get to go close to the field. I get to be seen on TV all the time. How many of you guys have seen me on TV? Let's go, let's go. All right. So, what does it take to be the Philly sports guy? Well, it takes a lot of different things. You have to be passionate about sports. You have to enjoy people. Like I said, when you're taking that many pictures, you better like people. In my case here, and you also have to have respect for the teams, not just our fans, but the opposing fans. Yes, even Dallas Cowboys fans, I have to have respect for. Yes. But listen, respect, passion without respect is just a lot of noise. You have to have the respect to be able to be as passionate, to be the person that you need to be the Philly sports guy. Excuse me. Next one. How long does it take for me to get ready? Takes me about an hour. About a half hour for the hair, half hour for the makeup. Next one. How much paint do I go through a year? I go through about 2 gallons of face paint a year. That's a lot of face paint. I go through about $600 worth of hairspray. Now, some of you girls out here, you may know, you may go through a lot of hairspray. $600 is a lot of hairspray. So, what's the next one? Do my hands ever hurt from clapping, or do I ever lose my voice? Well, sometimes I get my voice a little strained, but I never lose it. And these hands, these are some big hands, and they make a lot of noise when I want that to. And then this is the question I get asked most frequently. This is the one that, if you've ever seen me online, you always see this question about 3 or 4 or 5 times each time I do a video, each time I go live. And that is, how can I afford to do all of this? And if you know me, you know I never answer this question. I always let this go. But today, I'm going to answer this to you for you guys. Because it's in this question that the passion of being the Philly sports guy actually lives. So for that, I'm going to go ahead and try to answer this question for you. When I started this, I've been getting painted up for Eagles games for about 25 years. So the first game I went to, I was out in San Francisco at the old 3Com Park, and I'm all painted up, and of course, we lost that game. And then the next time I'm in Atlanta, next year, I go get all painted up, and we lost that game. And then I'm in Tampa Bay in 2006, and I'm all painted up again. First time they showed me on television, and that guy kicked a 63-yard field goal to beat us. And so it was like, okay, but I kept doing it and kept on going. Ultimately, I got noticed. I got recognized. We're at the Saints game, the Eagles versus the Saints in the playoffs a couple years back when Alshon Jeffrey missed the ball. Yeah, it was her. But you guys saw me on TV. It was the first time they showed me a lot on TV. And I went viral. Barstool Sports picked me up, said I was the most sophisticated man in Philadelphia. And that video went viral. And I got, a production company asked me to come out and do a commercial for them, for a charity. And I was so excited that I was going to do a commercial, I didn't even ask how much it was. Thank God, because they weren't going to pay me. But anyways, I did the charity commercial, and as I'm doing it, the guys who were running the cameras go, "Your energy is amazing. You're like the Philly sports guy. You should see if that name's available." And it was. We went up to the office, we looked to see if anybody had the name the Philly sports guy, and nobody had it. So I took it. And they told me, if you want to start to do this, we'll teach you how to do social media. I'll tell you, the first time somebody said I went viral, I said, what does that mean? I have no idea. I don't have a virus. But I didn't know any better. So they started to teach me social media. In the meantime, my mother was in the hospital. She had COPD and emphysema from smoking for 50 years. And she was on her deathbed. The doctors had given her 1 month or 6 months to live. And so I go there, and she calls me up. This is after the commercial, and she calls me up and she goes, I see you all over the TV. You're not too famous to talk to your mom, are you? No, Mom, I'm not too famous to talk to you. So, and I go and I see her, and we're talking, and I tell her that this company is wanting me to go become the Philly sports guy. And she starts to tell me a story. She's like, I've done a lot of different things in my life. She was a graduate of O'Hara, by the way. She was one of the first graduating classes of O'Hara. So if you look in the books from way back, Kathleen Paye, spelled like the way it is on my back, that's right, she is one of the first graduating classes from here. And she told me, she goes, she did a lot of things in her life. And she did. She worked a full-time job. She was a mother and a wife. She was a mother to 3 kids and a wife to my father, obviously. And then also ran an ice cream parlor. And she went to school very late. She didn't get her degree until she was 50 years old. So she was doing this all at one time. So she definitely had the work ethic that just said, hey, I won't quit. But a lot of the jobs that she did and a lot of the things that she did, she was never really happy about. And she told me, she goes, if this is something that you want to do, do it. But love to do it. Don't just do it because you want to or somebody says that you should. Don't take these jobs. And there are times when you have to do things you don't want to do. But she says, we're only above the grass for so long. So if you want to do this, do it. But make sure that you're able to do it. Obviously, I've got kids. They like sandwiches. So, I got to be able to feed them. So make sure that you're able to do this and enjoy your life. Because like I said, we're only above the grass for so long. And ultimately, 2 weeks later, she had passed. And as much as how upset it was when we had the viewing and there was just 4 hours, 2 days of people coming through and all the flowers that she received and all the people she had touched, it became ingrained to me. And it said, this is what type of legacy I want to leave behind. And I want to make sure I can start to touch people. So I started to become the Philly sports guy. And if you go back into my YouTube back in the day, I was doing a lot of great content. So I was doing interviews with people. I went to the draft and I had everybody, it was the Nashville draft at that time. And I had everybody at that draft telling me, wow, you own this draft. It was crazy. And I was like a kid in a candy store. I was taking pictures with all the people in face paint. I got to meet some of the players. I got to meet some of like Ed Too Tall Jones. I know he's a cowboy, but it's still kind of cool when you're meeting these guys that you've heard about all your life. And I'm not getting any followers. And I'm trying some more. I start going to tailgates and doing my tailgate interviews. I create this show where I'm going into people's houses and we're doing the Philly fan caves. And still no followers. And then I'm starting to get really frustrated, but I'm still going to games and I'm still doing things. And that's when I had my first viral video. And we were at Tampa Bay a couple years ago where we were losing that game. It was Jalen Hurts' first game at the playoffs, and we're down by 17, but I don't hear no bell. This game ain't over yet. And then the next video that you see is me walking out of the stadium saying, so the season is over. And of course, everybody in the world who doesn't live in Philadelphia saw that video. They put those two pieces together, and that video goes mega viral. I still have people talking to me every time they see me. So the season is over. Can you say it? Can you say the words? I don't say the words. I only do it when the season's actually over. But, so I start now getting followers. And with the followers comes the haters. And with the haters, once you start getting haters, I started responding. I was reading all the comments, wondering why? Why are you hating on me? I haven't done anything to you. I am rooting on my team. I keep things very positive. I don't curse. I don't badmouth your team. I talk good about my team. And it doesn't matter. The haters are still going to hate. And it's not just the haters from other cities. It was the haters from Philadelphia. And I start to respond. And when you start to respond to them, you start getting back down to their level. And it didn't work. I was getting suspended. You know what it's like to get your TikTok suspended for a week when you got games to go to and you're trying to share videos with people? That's tough. It's really tough. Instagram, same thing. The bullying. I'm telling somebody a dum-dum, and they're saying that I'm the one bullying them when they're yelling at me. They're the one that started it. But on top of all that, I stopped reading those messages, but I'm not making any money. Like I said, I have kids. These kids like to eat. I got to make sure that I could put a roof over their heads. And, like I said, kids like sandwiches. You guys like sandwiches, right? You guys like to eat? So you gotta make sure that you're able to do it. And I'm fighting it, and I'm fighting it, and I'm fighting it. And I start to really doubt myself. I start to think that maybe I can't do this. Maybe I can't be the Philly sports guy. Maybe this idea is just way too outside, and I got to go back to doing chimney sweep work or building, like I said, I was a very good stonemason. I built stone bridges. I used to do fountains. So maybe I got to start to go back to do that and not do the Philly sports guy anymore. And I'm literally just about to quit. And I got a message on Instagram. I don't even know who the person was. And they sent me this long, long message. And the message kind of went like this. You don't know me, Philly sports guy, but I felt I needed to write to you. I see that you're getting all this hate, and I want to share a story with you. My father is a big Eagles fan, and so am I. And he had this form of cancer, and they brought him back home for hospice. He's got 1 month left to live. And we have been watching Eagles games, and they showed you on TV. And my father said, that guy looks like a lot of fun. And I happened to follow you, so I started sharing your videos with him. He only had 1 month to live, and we started laughing and carrying on. And it was somewhere around September, October. And so 1 month goes by, second month goes by. We're watching your videos every day. And we're laughing and carrying on. Another month goes by, now 3 months in, still watching the Eagles, still watching your videos every day. 4th month, 5th month, he finally passes. And it was devastating to our family because obviously they just lost their father. But it was your videos that I feel helped keep him alive for an extra 4 months. And for that, I am eternally grateful. And with all the haters that are out there, and I see them all talking about you, and see them all telling you to get out of here, that we don't want you, I need to let you know that your outreach is so much larger than you know. And I just have to tell you, please don't quit. Please don't stop doing this, because you were able to give me my father for another 4 months than he was supposed to have. And during that time, we laughed so much. And it was such an endearing time for our entire family that I needed to write you this message. I tell you, I read that message, I still get misty. I still get all mistied up. And I cried. The next morning I woke up and I'm like, there's no way I'm going to quit. There's no way I'm going to stop doing this. And then things started to change. I started to get more of those letters. You never know what your outreach is. You never realize, because you're so engulfed in your passion sometimes, that you don't know how far that outreach is. So when it comes down to answering this question, how can I afford to do all of this? My answer to that is, how can I afford not to? It's hard. It's hard. I appreciate that. It's hard. Living your dream is not an easy task. Blood, sweat, and tears are real things. You have to go through it. It's part of living your life. And there's always going to be the naysayers. There's always going to be the ones that say you can't, or you shouldn't, or don't do that, because they don't have the passion within them. You have the passion. You know what you're all made of. And that's what makes things important. And that's what is the drive that keeps things going here. So. Next one. So, next part of the program. we have pre-selected somebody. You guys, I hear, have a big game tonight. So, and we have pre-selected somebody to go through a very quick Philly Sports Guy boot camp. So if you are this guy, please come up to the stage. Wow. What's up, man? Oh my gosh. What are you guys putting in the water over here? He looks a lot bigger than this. So we're going to put you through the Philly Sports Guy boot camp here. I brought some stuff over here, get you started here. And, you know, one of the things that I was told is that nobody from Cardinal O'Hara is allowed to come to any of these games with face paint. That's a rule here, right? Well, I got special dispensation for today because I was going to try to come to the game, but I can't make it because I have a charity event I'm doing tonight. So I'm putting, it's Nate, right? It's Nate. I'm putting Nate through the Philly Sports Guy boot camp. We're going to get him painted up, and he's going to be the one that leads you guys today. So, Nate, have you ever gotten painted up before? Never been painted up before in your life? Are you a sports fan?
Huge sports fan.
You're a huge sports fan? All right, so tell me a little bit about some of the things that you are passionate about.
Football.
Football. You any good?
Pretty good. Yeah.
Pretty good? Yeah. I hear that you are the captain for next year's team.
I am, yeah.
Awesome. That would tell me that you're really good, not just pretty good. Right. Anything else? You passionate about anything else?
Family.
Family? God, also very important. All those are very important. So, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and get started here. But I am going to say, if anybody has got some questions, I want you guys to come up. I'm sure they're going to go. You can go see over here Miss Andrea, and she will be able to get this started. And I'll answer some questions while we're getting Nate painted up.
You have a question? Okay. It has to be school appropriate. Keep that in mind. Okay.
Hello? Yeah, can you say Bonner K for the game tonight?
Say that again. You know, from what I understand, it's a bad day to be a Bonner fan, is it not? You know, I very rarely have. I'm always painting myself. I don't get to paint many people, so you are one of the only ones that I get to do this to. So, welcome. That's okay.
Has a
You
question.
can talk as much as you like.
Colin, you have one?
Hello? What do you think about Vic Fangio?
What do I think about Vic? So listen, we have been doing his defenses for the last few years. And the one thing that I know, since I'm old enough to remember what it was like with Jimmy Johnson, and when he passed, we had a lot of people who knew his defenses, but none of them were as good as Jimmy Johnson's. So when I think of Vic, we've had a number of people that we used to try to use his defenses, but now we've got the real McCoy. And he's a Philly guy. He came here to Philly. He wants to be here in Philly. So for that, I'm ready. I'm ready for the season to start tomorrow.
Let's go.
Let them ask.
Hello? Do you like the Sixers or the Phillies more?
You know, do I like the Sixers or the Phillies more? I get asked that question pretty frequently, too. Truth of the matter is, that's like picking my favorite kid. I don't pick my favorite kid. I love them all the same. So I want them all to get a parade.
Do you think we're going to win tonight?
Do I think you guys are going to win tonight?
That's a silly question.
That is a very silly question. When I'm going to have somebody be ready to be PSG here with you guys, there ain't no way you guys are losing tonight.
How do you feel about our glorious king, Joel Embiid, tearing his meniscus the other day?
I'm sorry, I missed that question.
I don't know if he heard that question. Can you say that louder?
I said, how do you feel about our glorious king, Joel Embiid, tearing his meniscus the other day?
So, yep. The hard part about being an athlete, especially an athlete today, is that you have to learn not to look at all the haters. When you read the social media, you start to feel a certain way. And that's what I think happened. He saw everybody talking about how he doesn't want to, that he wasn't playing. He's faking the injuries. And he went out and tried to play. You could tell he wasn't ready. And I think that's it, that it got to him some.
Who are some of your favorite Eagles stars from the past years?
That's a great question. That is a great question. My all-time favorite, and it's interesting because my all-time favorite number 20 is not Brian Dawkins. Exactly. See, I remember who was number 20 beforehand. Andre Wooders. And when you ask Dawkins, he said that Andre Wooders was part of the reason why he played so ferocious. Unfortunately, Andre Wooders.
Yo, you can hear me?
CTE.
Yo. 2020 my bird or 2016 Cheetos?
Say that again.
Probably not. All right, I think we have time for maybe one more question.
I have to get explanations on that one. I'm going to refrain from that question.
What's your favorite thing about being the Philly sports guy?
That is an awesome question. Everybody likes to believe that I am an attention guy, that I'm doing this just for the attention. And that could be furthest from the truth. What I love about being the Philly sports guy most is that I get to share my excitement with everybody. It is such an amazing feeling when I go into a section full of people and I go and get everybody riled up and and everybody gets riled up and then something good happens with our team. It's that type of energy level and that type of excitement that is what drives me to be the Philly sports guy and go to all these games. And that's my favorite part of being the Philly sports guy.
All right, friends, we are just about out of time. I'm sure you could like and follow this Philly sports guy and continue with questions.
We're almost done with the paint. All right. So now, as we're getting done the paint here, and we might have to touch you up here in a little bit because we're running short on time. So Hal, obviously you know that I bring the noise every time. So what are you going to do tonight? Are you playing the game? No, you're not playing. Okay, because you're tall enough. You should be playing basketball, but I guess you can't be playing basketball. So and you're ready, and you're in football. Let me guess, you're a quarterback, right? No, not a quarterback. What position? Left tackle. That's the big guy. Here, close your eyes real fast. All right, there we go. Bam, bam. Left tackle. That's Jordan Mailata. There you go. That's my man. I know Jordan pretty well. Jordan came to my charity events, and we are good friends. I still talk to him all the time. So, all right, go ahead and get up here. How we do here? How we do? So now, here, real fast. I want to see what you're going to do to be able to rile up. We got 1,000 people in here. Let's see you get them riled up. Let's go. Come on, let's do it. We got to do better than that. Let's go. Yeah. All right, you got got through our fast boot camp. I appreciate it. Go ahead and sit back down. We're going to get everything closed up here. Real quickly, living your passion is a big deal. It takes hard work and dedication. The best part about it is you can start it at any time. There is no timetable. So please go ahead and live your passions. But there's one last thing I gotta do. Anybody who knows me knows I gotta do my video. And I gotta do. So I want everybody up on their feet. And I want it so loud that everybody in Bonner knows what they're coming for tonight. Let's go. Here we go.
I gotta take a selfie, bro. Yeah.
Let's go.
Can I get $1? I don't have $1. I don't bring any cash with me. I'm not in there. You know what? You can tell that there was something going on. It hurts because I'm there at all those games. Absolutely. And they cut quarterback.
Hey man, no doubt. What's up? Take care, guys. Be good. Yep.
All right, we did it. We did it, and that's right. You just come here and you get me, and you live your passions every day. That's what it's all about. Just live your passion, just like I do, the Philly sports guy. Yeah, we were able to get it done. First one in the books. That's right. You have me here talking about living your passions and living your dreams. It really was an amazing experience. Thank you to Cardinal O'Hara for allowing me the opportunity to come here and tell my story about what it takes to live your passion. And I hope that the kids were able to get something from my story. And